Okay, in our what was going to be fourth and final video, but it turns out to be not the final video, we're going to cover virtual dub. Now, unfortunately, I'm having to do the screen capture at 1342 by 826, this large screen resolution, because virtual dub uses so much screen real estate. And so to fit it on the screen, I increased the resolution here. But it means that I've had to break the video up into two separate sections. So the first section is going to be on compression, and then the second section is going to be on editing. So the reason we need to compress our video, I've got our three videos down the bottom here. These are the three that you've watched previously. This was the installation of Cam Studio and Virtual Dub. This was the introduction video of Cam Studio, and this was the setup of video recording your PowerPoint presentation. Now you'll notice that these file sizes are quite large. So this is the first video here. It was about 5 minutes long and it's 224 meg in size. So to put that up on a website or for people to download, it would take the average ADSL connection about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes to download this file. So waiting 20 to 30 minutes to download a file that's only 5 minutes long to watch it's excessive. And seeing as though the point of these videos was to attach them as email attachments, it's totally unusable. You just can't attach anything that large. So we'll need to compress this file down, hopefully without losing too much quality. So that's where Virtual Dub comes in. So I'll just start the Virtual Dub program. So here it is here. And now all I need to do is grab my video file and drag and drop it into Virtual Dub, like so. Now there's two windows here. This is the input window, this is the output window. But as all we're concerned about is compression, we're not going to edit the video. We don't need to worry about this second window for now. We just need to worry about this first window. Now, under video, you want to choose compression, and then you get to choose your compression codec. Now, the best compression codec here is Xvid. You may not have Xvid in your list. While Xvid for playing is quite common, and all the videos you've watched up to this point have been encoded using Xvid, the Xvid encoder is not quite as common. Some people will install the Xvid encoder at the same time they install the decoder, but most people won't. So in case you don't have this Xvid MPEG-4 codec here, I'll show you quickly how you can get it. Start up your browser, Xvid as the search term. Very similar to Cam Studio Lossless Codec, because that's just another different type of codec. First one off the list here, www.xvid.org. Just go there, get the latest version. Down on the left here, Windows, Xvid for Windows. And then click Download. Save it somewhere we're going to be able to locate it, the desktop. And that's done. Then you'll just, the same way that you did with the Cam Studio Lossless Codec, if you're running Windows XP or Windows 2000, just double click on the icon and install the codec. It's pretty straightforward, though there's a little bit more to it than it was for the lossless codec. And if you're running Windows Vista or Windows 7, you right click on the icon, run as administrator. Once the codec's fully installed, you will have to restart Virtual Dub. It won't just appear magically. So if you just install the codec and then go video compression again, it still won't be there. You'll actually have to shut Virtual Dub down and open it back up again. Drag and drop the file and then choose video compression again, and then it should appear in your list. So here's mine, Xvid codec. Okay. We'll also want to compress the audio because the total file size will be both the video and the audio combined together. We recorded our audio at high quality so that we could do this. We could reduce the quality if we needed to later. Now, by default, we can't change the compression because the default is to just directly copy the audio. So we're going to switch this to processing mode, and now we will be able to select compression. The LAME MP3 compression is probably the best one of this list here. AC3 is probably better, but you either won't have AC3, or even if you do, you'll be one of the very few people that do have AC3. And then here's the list of all of the possible bit rates we could use. Now we want the smallest possible bit rate while maintaining a certain level of quality in the audio. Now because it's just a voice track, there's no music or drums or anything like that going on, we can reduce this down as small as we can, because our aim is a small file size. As long as we remain at 22,000 Hertz, we shouldn't see any degradation in the quality, at least not what people can hear. So I'm going to choose the smallest bit rate. This is the bit rate for a file size that I can while remaining at 22,000 Hertz. So that's this one here. It still has a 32 kilobit per second bit rate. That's the play rate, but the file will be 4 kilobits per second of audio sound. Okay. So click OK on that, and that's it. Now all we need to do is go File, Save as AVI. Now we're going to give it a new name because we don't want to overwrite our original, and we're going to call this one Compressed. Save it to the desktop, save, and now I'll get this status window coming up that will show me the progress through the encoding job, and it'll give me certain statistics about it. Most important is this one here, the projected file size. Gives me a heads up of about how big it reckons the file is going to be. You'll also see it playing in the background. If that gets annoying, you can just take these ticks out. That won't play in the background anymore. It'll just concentrate on encoding that video. Now I'm just going to pause the video briefly now until that encoding finishes. Okay, so we just fast forwarded there through about 30 seconds of encoding. And it's just about to finish. It looks like it's going to be about 9.5 meg. There we go, finished encoding. So this was our original file here, which was, if you remember, 228 meg. And now we have our new file, which was compressed. And our compressed file size is 9 meg. So we've gone from 228 meg down to 9 meg. And that's actually the file that you watched. So if the quality looked fine to you, then the quality is going to look fine to everybody else. There's a lot of redundant data in that 228 meg file. But like I said right back in the first video, we always want to start with more than we need and then remove what we don't need later. Now 9 meg, 10 meg, that's perfectly legitimate to start emailing around. Okay, so that's the first half of this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you editing of files. If you remember with our PowerPoint one, we did a lot of faffing around at the beginning. I'm going to edit all of that out.